viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. To my returning subscribers, welcome back, you guys. So welcome back to another Tarot 101. I'm excited. The last time we had Tarot 101, we went over 5 of the major arcana. So for those of you who are new to tarot, and maybe this just popped up in your feed, right? You've been wanting to learn tarot. This is your sign to do it, okay? It's very, very easy. Tarot is actually very, very simple to learn once you kind of get a general gist of the cards and their general meanings. Then you can kind of add your own spin to it intuitively. And that's what tarot is all about, tapping into your own intuitive guidance, okay? So with that being said, we have 5 suits, just like you have in a deck of cards, right? You have 5 suits in the tarot, just like you would have in a regular deck of cards. You have clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades, right? And you have the Joker, you have the King, you have the Queen, you have court cards. You have court cards in tarot as well. What we're going to focus on today is the next 5 in the major arcana, which there are 22 major arcana in the tarot. Tarot consists of 78 cards, okay? 22 out of those, the other cards, right, are what we call major arcana. And the major arcana basically sets the precedent for whatever reading you're doing, whether it's for yourself or for a querent or client, okay? And that kind of gives you the overall picture or message of that reading. So the last class we had, I'm just going to go over these. I'm going to try to take it a little slow. So for those of you who have notebooks or what have you, you want to screenshot what I'm doing, you can see what I'm doing, okay? This deck is also available on my Etsy shop. I will link it down in the description box below. Also, I will be offering a 20% off for those of you guys who purchase, because I will have to add shipping because the cost has gone up, and also the cost has gone up from the company that prints the cards. It will be shipped directly to you, not from me. I don't keep them on hand anymore. It's just too expensive to do so. So going in, we've got the Fool, okay? We have the Fool, and we talked about last class that the Fool is about hopes, having faith, and being a risk taker, right? Not being afraid of what other people say or think about your choices. You have the freedom to choose what you want to do, what direction you want to go in, okay? That's the Fool. Also, the Fool is about new journeys, and the Fool's journey is a very common story in tarot, all right? We have the Wheel. The Wheel. We may talk about the Fool's journey a little bit more, okay? But we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about things changing, the wheel turning. That's about change and also divine timing. The Wheel is also about karmic cycles, completing a cycle, closing out, or a new cycle beginning, okay? It's about cycles ending and beginning. So that's the Wheel. We have the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant is Taurus energy, and the Hierophant is indicative of gaining wisdom, spirituality, religious beliefs, morals, and values. It also, in a love reading, is considered a sign of commitment and loyalty in a love reading. The High Priestess. The High Priestess, when she comes up in a reading, she reminds us to tap into our own inner self, to tap into our intuition, okay? She's the keeper of secrets. You see how she has a finger up to her mouth, right? It's like sometimes she knows things and she doesn't tell. She doesn't reveal. Only reveals certain things to those you know you can trust with that information, right? Sometimes we say too much. Sometimes less is more. So the High Priestess reminds us of that. And then we have the Hermit, last but not least. This is Virgo energy. The Hermit is about being closed off. You see the sign? It's closed off. That's why I chose this image. And the Hermit basically goes within to reflect, to reassess the situation. As I thought about this picture here, it's like maybe this business is shut down so the owner could take some time to really take care of themselves, take care of their finances, re-strategize, and see how to get their business back up and running. Could have been shut down due to a pandemic. Whatever the case may be, but it takes you taking some time out to reconsider and reevaluate the situation at hand, how you're going to proceed from there. And Virgo is a very analytical sign, so it makes sense that Virgo would be associated with the Hermit card. All right. Please leave a comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions thus far. All right. I promise you I will respond. Unless it's after 11 p.m. I'm in the bed, okay? But definitely the next day I will see it and I will answer. So we're going into 5 more, okay, of the majors. So we've got the Tower. And we're going to do a little quiz at the end of this. The Tower. The Tower is about shifts, major shifts and changes in your life. Sometimes it's an upheaval. It's unexpected, just like lightning. You never know what direction it's coming from, but you definitely can feel it or see it, right? Lightning, thunder. The Tower is about realizations, and it could also be about releasing pride and ego, okay? In the traditional tarot, it's like you've got someone falling out of a castle that's on fire, all right? So we got the Tower. These are the ones we're going over. We have the World. The World is about travel. The World is also about distance. The World is also about unfinished business, especially if it's in the reversed energy. But the World, the World is about a cycle being completed. The World is actually fixed energy. So you got the 4 corners of the earth with the World. You have Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, fixed sign energy, all fixed signs. So anytime the World pops up, it could be an opportunity of travel coming up for you. It could be a time for you to create distance between you and someone, or there could already be, could be a long distance relationship or a long distance job, a job that requires travel, anything of that nature. It could be someone from a different nationality or culture as well. So when the World comes up, those are things to consider, all right? Then we have the Hangman. The Hangman is about seeing things from a different angle or perspective. You see she's upside down. Also, it's about being stuck in a particular position, not really being able to see a way out of it. But in a good sense, the Hangman can also be about letting go and letting God, allowing Spirit to do what Spirit's going to do in a situation and not trying to control a situation, going with the flow, so to speak. That's when the Hangman comes in. But generally, it's about being stuck or being willing to make a sacrifice for something that you really, really want, right? We have Temperance. Temperance is Sagittarian energy, and Temperance is about divine timing. It's about balancing things out. It's also about being patient. Being patient, Temperance, temperamental, right? Balancing things out emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, balancing things out, and being patient, waiting until it's time for something to happen, not feeling the need to control things. And this card, I love this card in the tarot because it reminds us that we are not in control, right? It's Spirit, universe, God, source, right? So we've got Temperance there. We have Judgment. That's the last one. Judgment, of course, is about decisions, just like a judge, hits his gavel, decisions, a verdict has been reached. So it's about making decisions, but the Judgment is also about karmic review. What part did you play in a situation? And how could things have been done differently? What decisions could you have made differently? It's also about reconciliation, realizing that sometimes you're wrong. You're not always right. We're not always right, okay? And this is what karmic review is all about, making a decision to change, an awakening. The Judgment is also about awakening and realization. In the traditional tarot, the Judgment card is indicative of people being raised from the dead, and you have angels coming down. It's indicative of Judgment Day in the Bible, referred to. It's about you doing your own self-examination and your own inner work and holding yourself accountable for decisions you've made that have either been good or bad. It doesn't matter, but holding yourself accountable for the way that your life is going, taking accountability. So Judgment card is actually my favorite card in the deck because for me, it's very powerful because it's all about choices and what you choose, what we choose to do collectively. All right. So let's see. I'm going to give y'all a little test with these 10 cards. And we still got 10 to go. I'm going to try to speed it up and do another one. Hopefully Wednesday night, no promises. Okay. But we're going to see about it. We're going to mix them up a little bit. Let's say you have the Hierophant and the High Priestess in a reading. What would that mean to you? I will tell y'all what it means to me. Please leave a comment down below so I know that you're following me here. For me, if the High Priestess and the Hierophant came up in a reading, this would mean I may have to tap more into my own intuition and what I believe spiritually, what my spiritual practices and beliefs are for me. Also, there may be more for me to learn. There may be more knowledge and information out there for me to learn about how to connect with the divine, because the Hierophant for me is about connecting with the divine. And what it is that I value, you know, and not imposing my beliefs on someone else just simply because I believe a particular way doesn't mean that everybody else is going to agree with that. And so sometimes, like I said earlier, less is more, you know, not feeling the need to try to impose my beliefs or spiritual practices on someone else. Where I may believe in prayer, somebody else may believe in meditation. Where I may believe in mindfulness, someone else may believe in relaxation, whatever, you know what I mean? So for me, if I had these two come up in a reading, it would be this. It would be tapping into your own intuition in regards to what you value, because the Hierophant is about values, morals, belief, religion, spirituality, all of those things, okay? I'm gonna give y'all another two. If you had the Judgment and the Fool, what would this mean to you? If these two came up in a reading, for me, it would be about decisions being made. Don't be foolish is what I'm hearing. Like, don't be foolish. Don't make a rash decision. Don't just jump into it. Consider carefully before you make a decision, basically, is what I'm getting. How it may affect you later on or those around you later on, with the Judgment and the Fool, okay? That's how I would interpret it if I was to pull these two cards, all right, in a reading. Let me do one more. Ricky, please move. Ricky is my bunny. He loves to disturb my peace. All right, so we have the Hermit and we have the Wheel. So if these two come up, for me in a reading, it would be more like trying to do self-examination with the Hermit, because you know the Hermit is about going within, and then you have the Wheel. The wheel is turning. It's time for change. It's time for personal growth. It's time to move forward. That's what these two would indicate for me if I pull these two in a reading. What would they mean to you? Please let me know. Please share your thoughts, okay? Because this is a class, so I definitely want it to be interactive. I was gonna do live, but sometimes people can't hop in. So this is why I'm doing pre-recorded classes, and they will be saved under the playlist tarot classes, okay? So that's been your third tarot class lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure if you are interested in this deck to click down on the link in the description box. Like I said, I will be giving a 20% off coupon in my Etsy shop for those who order. And there will be a shipping fee because shipping has gone up. Okay, and prices have increased on everything. So I want to give that 20% off to those who really want it, really want to learn. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and please let me know what you're thinking of the class so far so I can know whether or not it's a good idea to continue. So, and until next time, love you guys.